one more seat up here?
There's a couple here. I can actually.
There's two seats up here, so if we have more guests, there's seats up here. Wow, what an amazing crowd we have tonight.
Awesome.
Wow, we have a packed house. We're going to need to open the window, get some ventilation, because there's a lot of body heat here. Huh?
Say hi.
Okay, so just some housekeeping rules, folks. Please take out your handy-dandy phone. And I see everyone's taking out their handy-dandy phone. Please put it on silent, okay, on vibrate. Or if you have, or on stun, if you can make that happen, okay? So put it on one of those three, but make sure that there's no ring on your phone whatsoever. Questions, please hold your questions till the end of the presentation, then we'll have a one-on-one session. Copious notes, okay? Because there's a lot of great information. I just got back from Dallas, Texas, and OMG. There is just a lot of amazing things happening in our Bitqyck community. Oh, wow. They're still coming in. 2 seats up here. Actually, 3. I found 3. 1, 2, 3. There's 2 up here. And there's 1 over here. Is there 1 more over there? There's 1 more over there.
And 1 more right here.
And 1 more right here, up front here. Wow, such an incredible group. Wow. 1 more chair up here.
Still coming.
Still rolling in.
Rebecca, where are you at?
Still, hopefully everyone had a chance to eat, to drink, plenty of water, hydration, so that we can stay alert. If not, there's no more, so. You guys love our banners? We just got this shipped in.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's fix them. Yes, sir.
It's gonna break down here.
It's going to break?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because we use that system.
oh,
So
okay.
just to let you know.
Okay, well, if that's the case, we'll just get different
one.
ones.
There's
Yeah. Thank you. We have 1 seat up here. There's 1 seat up here, guys, ladies and gentlemen. There's 1 up here. Wow, such an amazing crowd. Oh my goodness. Everyone looks so fabulous today. Hello, hi Facebook world. You want to take a picture?
No, I'm good.
Wow. Okay, are we, there's more chairs?
More chairs.
Just couple
Come on.
more.
Do you have
Come on
a
in,
charger
guys.
for
Do you have
these?
any guests? Come on in, everyone. Come on in.
2 seats right here. There you go. You making
Do
s'mores?
you have a charger for this phone?
What is that?
Oh my god, I'm in trouble.
My first one
Literally out.
I'm going to try to open that.
All right, wonderful. I know we have a few folks back in the hall. Is there any guests back there that we need to?
Go ahead. Have a seat here.
Is there any more?
We need to put a monitor in the hall so
Wonderful. Again, for those of you who were not here earlier, please make sure your phone is on silent and vibrate. We have a special guest speaker here today. Questions, we will take questions after we break, after the presentation. The presentation will be for 45 minutes, so just hold on to your excitement, okay? Control yourself, because you guys are absolutely we're gonna blow the tops off of your hair, okay? So with that being said, we're gonna go ahead and get started. I think everyone is in, right?
Yes.
Officially in from the break room? Wonderful, wonderful. welcome everyone. Where's Jim?
Right.
Okay.
Just hiding.
He's turning people away at the
Okay.
front door.
Yeah.
Oh, he is on security duty. Thank you so much. Okay, before I get started, I do just want to give my gratitude to some of the leaders that has helped us put this together. So I have Mr. Ronnie Aquino over there. Amazing. Ronnie was the one that really showed me this office, and he says, "Savon, there's an office upstairs." So here we are. So Ronnie, thank you so much.
Welcome.
Brother. And then I have my wonderful sister, Miss Tisa Mendoza, over there. She did a fabulous job on Thursday, very eloquent leadership and presentation. So she will be also our main presenter here for our Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturday presentation that we put on. We also have our fabulous leader. Where's Suzanne Kwong? Is she here? Stand up, Suzanne. Suzanne is totally amazing. This woman, no one says no to Suzanne. And if you do, she'll come after you. She'll get you. She will get you. So Suzanne is absolutely amazing. She has her insurance, real estate, financial license and whatnot, but we have such an amazing, intelligent group of leadership. And of course, we also have Jin, but he's on security duty. Jin? He's gone. And he's gone with the wind. But we will definitely bring him up a little bit later. But anyways, my name is Savon, folks. I have been with Bitqyck since its inception. And I think majority of you here and all the leaders has as well, because Bitqyck started how long? February. It beta launched in February. As a matter of fact, I first had dinner with Bruce during Chinese New Year back in, I think it was end of January or so, give or take. And then we flew out to Orange County. He said, "Savon, we are ready to rock and roll with this." Now, mind you, we've been waiting on this for about 6 to 8, 9 months. So those of you who are sitting in the seats here today, you didn't have to hold your breath that long. Okay? We had to hold our breath and say, "It's coming. It's coming." And it's finally here. It is finally here, and it is absolutely amazing. So with that, we started building our community, and look how big it has grown. Our organization with Ronnie, with Tisa, with Suzanne, and Anthony, and Sherry, and everyone, and Jin, as well as Carlos, we built thousands of people in a matter of less than a month. Wow. Listen, round of applause. Wow. And you will see why, because it's so easy and such a no-brainer. It is so simple, okay? It's not an MLM. So if you think that there's an auto ship tonight, there is no auto ship or monthly fee or anything, okay? I'm going to put that out so that you can clear your mind of this, I'm coming to an MLM presentation because it looks like one, you know? So with that being said, folks, my name is Savon, and I have the privilege to introduce to you guys one of our amazing speaker from corporate. I've had this opportunity to work with him for the past few weeks. He's such an amazing guy, such a humble character. He is our VP of Sales and Marketing, and he's here today to basically go over the presentation to show you guys what Bitqyck is about. He's such an amazing character. So without further ado, I want to introduce to you guys Mr. Keith Carey, live in Milpitas, California. Keith, come on down.
I'm gonna go without the mic.
You're gonna go without the mic? Okay, so it's
You guys can hear me, right?
Yes.
We got loud voices in my family.
Yeah, just speak loud for us here in the back, okay?
Can you hear me?
Yes. Raise a little bit, yeah.
Okay. Hey, everybody.
Hi.
Everybody feeling good today?
Yeah.
Give me one more time. I'm saying, everybody feeling good today?
Yeah.
I like that. Yes.
Whoa.
Yes. Look, thank you for having me out here. It's a privilege and an honor to be part of this. And you know, I don't know how many of you have heard my story before. Let me see by a show of hands. Anybody know? One person. I thought I was more famous than that. No, 2 people. Okay, 3, 4. There they go. All right. Well, for all of you who haven't heard my story, let me just give you a little bit about my background and where I come from, and then we're going to jump right into the presentation here. I grew up in Philadelphia, And at the age of 18 years old, I actually jumped on a Greyhound bus with a knapsack and a gym bag and $300 in my pocket, and I headed out to California. We're in California. Now we just moved, my wife and I just moved to Dallas, and that was a real trip, man. 1,500 miles with me and my wife. We packed the truck and towed the car and put our cat right in the front seat there. He was freaking out the whole way, but we made it. And so 40 years in Los Angeles, and I have been in the network marketing and direct sales business for 28 years. And I've had some really amazing successes. And I have stubbed my toes, banged my shins, fallen flat on my face, and broken a few elbows along the way. How many of you have been in that position? How many of you are in direct sales? Let me see by a show of hands. A couple? That's it? How many of you are business people? A lot more? Okay, good. Well, listen, life is like that, right? Life is like, not everybody's going to be successful all the time. You're going to have your ups and downs. It's just part of, it's called that's life, right? And so I took some real bumps and bruises the last few years. I was the #1 distributor, my wife and I, in another company. Found out that company I wasn't really liking the people at corporate. They were doing things that I wasn't really excited about, and I started sharing that with the people in the field, and some of them came with me and some of them didn't. But we moved on, and we were looking for a home. We were just looking. We couldn't find the place we were going to plant our feet. And then we found a couple nutritional deals, and that's something I'd done for quite a while. And like nutrition, I was in this one program, and there were people making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month. And I thought, this is good. I like the product, I like the leadership, I like the timing, I like everything about this. I'm going to go out and knock this out of the park. I started doing 3 live streams a day on Facebook. But I'd get up there and I'd dance, get the show warmed up, you know what I'm saying? Get it going. And what happened was, I didn't sell one product. Not one. Now, when I came out of the gate, I did a few $1,000s my first week. And then it hit a few $1,000s, and then it started going backwards. And that's not what we want, right? We don't want our money to go backwards, right? We want it to keep going up. So here I was, I'm 58. My wife's somewhere around there too. I'm not going to tell you how old she is because I got this recorded now. And none of you put this up on YouTube. Take this part out, right? No, we're right about the same age, so I'll just leave it at that. And I looked at my wife, and we lived in the same place for about 22 years. And I said, I'm sorry, we had a check come in that week for $11 from this other deal. And again, I've made a lot of money in this industry, and I just hit a dry patch. I ran into a wall, and I realized that I had my ladder up against the wrong wall. That's all. It's not that I'm not talented. It's not that I can't get up and do this, or do webinars, or write, copy, or do videos, or teach and train, and go out and recruit. I recruit people all the time. That's not even an issue. It was like pushing something, like pushing a wet noodle uphill. That's basically what it was, and it was difficult. And I looked at my wife, and I had tears in my eyes. We had sold everything we owned. I had jewelry, shoes, watches, camera equipment, everything to stay alive, to pay rent. And I'm not giving you a sob story. What I'm telling you this for is because if I can do this at my age, and a lot of people would have given up and thrown in the towel, right? A lot of people, they just would have gone, you know what? I don't think this is going to work. I'm just going to bail, and I'm going to go a different direction or whatever. And we were looking at each other, and we were saying, what are we going to do? She goes, why don't you just do videos? Because you're really good at videos. Do interviews and this, that. Then I got a call from somebody, and they told me about a cryptocurrency. We started working with that company and built a team of over 180,000 people. Like that. My life changed in front of my eyes. And we decided to move out to Dallas to be with Bruce Bice and Sam Mendez and be in the heart of it. And as we're driving out, when we made that decision, as we were driving out, my wife and I had a long conversation, 1,500 miles. That's a long conversation. So we had a long conversation, and we knew that there was a $1 billion idea. We just weren't sure what it was. And I knew that I had ideas. I didn't always act on them. I thought about the Stairmaster before the Stairmaster was ever. I just didn't go after it, right? I didn't do it. How many of you had great ideas that you never acted on? Only one person? Everybody else has acted on all your other ideas? Okay. I'm not on TV, guys. You can help work with me here, okay? All right, I'm live here in the room, so this is crowd participation. Help us out here, okay? So here's the thing. We went out to Dallas, wanted to be in the heartbeat of this business, in this cryptocurrency, because we had invested in Bitcoin. We bought it when it was high. I don't regret it at all, because it went back down and then came back up again. I don't regret it because I knew that there was something there with cryptocurrency that was going to change the planet. And it was going to change every human being on the planet. We're talking about something that undoubtedly, without a shadow of a doubt, is going to change every human being on this planet, because what it's going to do is going to help foster commerce in the certain areas around the world where people can't get bank accounts. And we're going to go over this in the slide presentation. They can't get bank accounts or credit cards or debit cards. There's no way for them to work outside of their village or their community or their city or their town. With cryptocurrency, you're going to be able to work with people all around the world. And you'll see how that works here. So with that said, we decided to build our own coin. We decided to make this something that we have control over. And I was in the heartbeat of this, and I found that billion-dollar idea, and I found it in Bruce, Bice, and Sam Mendez. So if you guys are watching, whoever's recording this, Bruce and Sam, my heart goes out to you guys. Thank you for this opportunity. How many people are in Bitcoin right now? Bitcoin, not Bitcoin, but Bitqyck. Sorry. Okay. For those of you who are in and those of you who are not, let's do this for Bruce and Sam right now. Let's give them a big round of applause.
Yes.
Just these guys are brilliant.
They are.
I mean, I don't know how many of you guys have met them before. Have you had a chance to meet them? Okay, Bruce and Sam, you get in a room with them, and they are flying 170 miles an hour. Their brains just don't stop. From the time they wake up in the morning to the time they go to bed, and both of them sleep very little. And I've had that happen to me now that I'm in Dallas too, sleep very little. So, anyway, we're going to go through this presentation. I'm going to bring a couple other people up here in a couple of minutes. But we started Bitqyck, and that's the company, Bitqyck Inc. It's a Dallas, it's actually a Texas corporation. And we have Bitqyck, which is our cryptocurrency. Okay? For those of you, anybody invested in Bitcoin? Anybody? A couple people in the room? Okay. Bitcoin, by the way, guys, was developed in 2009. It beat out gold for the first time ever the other day.
Well, yeah. Yes. Yes.
That's called a hint. No, seriously. You got to pay attention to that.
Yeah.
All right? So let's go into this. For those of you who are in here already, you understand that we have a new back office coming. This is just a little presentation of the new back office. We'll go into that. We're going to have videos that slide. There are tutorials, teach you how to do certain things. Ethereum explained in more detail. So if you don't understand any of this, I get it. There's a lot to swallow. Bless you.
Thank you.
Before I take another step or go any further right now, I'm going to tell you this. Every single one of you is going to have an opportunity to make a decision at the end of this. And so I don't want you to wait for the other shoe to drop. Okay? At the end of this presentation, based on what you see, you're going to have an opportunity to get involved with this in one of a couple of different ways. Or you can say no. And that's cool too, because it's not for everyone. You can actually get involved with this, and you can go out and share this around the world with us, which a lot of people in this room are going to be doing. You can actually be a speculator, and you can invest and sit back and watch it grow. Or you can just sit back and do nothing. If you get involved with us, packages range from $199, that's $199, to $1,000. There's 4 packages. So I'm just going to tell you that up front so you can pay attention to the presentation and not wonder in the back of your mind, when's the price coming in? When's the price coming in? All right? So that's basically how you can get started. So let's keep going here. That's going to be our wallet in the back office. My Bitqyck is, you just fill out your name, Sam Mendez. Okay? This is all stuff that's on its way. Bitqyck is our system. That's a recruiting system. And Bitcoin's top rivals is up 90%, ready to ditch mining. I'm not going to get into the details of that. I think it's too much for this meeting right now. But we'll go into more explanation of the Ethereum blockchain and things like that. It's a lot, like I said, there's a lot of information to learn here. So today we're going to say, what is Bitqyck and Bitqyck? Can it really disrupt the daily deals industry? And what is the opportunity? How can you get involved? Let's talk about the history of money. 2,000 years ago, we traded livestock. We traded grains, seeds, nuts, berries. We traded two fish for a chicken, 2 chicken for a pig, 2 pigs for a cow. That's what we did 2,000 years ago. Okay? Then we went to gold. And gold was cumbersome. Then we went to minted coins. We had Indian heads. We had dignitaries, kings, queens, and such. And then we went to, what's this called?
Monopoly money.
You got, how many of you love your bank? For those of you watching, let's do this again. Show the room, if you would, Ronnie. Okay? Let me see that again. How many of you love your bank? Now, one hand, what's there, about 50, 60 people here? Now, one hand went up in the whole group. Okay? And why is that? Bank fees, high transaction fees. We don't really trust them because it's a closed ledger, closed blockchain. They're pushing buttons and pulling strings in the middle of the night, usually not in our favor, in most cases, right? So they make most of their money on bank transactions, the transactions and the fees, the overdrafts. With cryptocurrency, there's no overdraft fee. Okay, so monopoly money, you've all heard of the Federal Reserve? Yeah? Okay. We all know it's not federal, right? Not federal, it's privatized. And you know there's no reserve. Trillions of dollars in debt. Would you agree with that?
Yeah.
Excuse me. So we're walking around, this is called fiat currency, and it's monopoly money. That's what I call it anyway. Then we went to the first digital currency, which is bank cards, debit cards, credit cards. We went to PayPal, STP, and there are other ways of moving money around the world. But once again, the transaction fees are very high. And try and take some money and send it to China or Japan or overseas somewhere, and try and take $10,000, $20,000, $50,000 and move that around the world. It could take weeks. So with Bitqyck and all the other cryptocurrencies, that happens almost instantaneously. Okay, it happens really, really fast. As a matter of fact, with Bitcoin in 2009, the highest transaction ever made, and I don't know if you know this or not, was $250 million. From the United States, from the United States over into Asia. $250 million, and at that time there was no transaction fee. It happened in 10 minutes.
Wow.
$250 million, okay? Then we went to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin is kind of like, a lot of people said they were an Amway here earlier, okay? So Bitcoin's kind of like the Amway of the cryptocurrency, right? A guy named Satoshi Nakamoto designed it. He wrote a white paper, put it up online, and the geeks, the nerds, and the techies, their heads literally spun off their bodies. They went nuts. Because what he did is he cracked the code to currency and being able to use what's called the open blockchain, which is an open ledger, and he was able to send this currency around the world and get people interested. Now, when it first came out, it was at 2 cents. Today, I checked it, it was $1,268. I mean, think about this. 2 cents. I have friends that bought it at 10 cents, and they sold it at 40 cents. Because they went, 4 times my money, I'm out of here. Right? I mean, most people would think that. You never know where it's going to go. Over $1,200 today. And they speculate, the people that are in the know, speculate that it could go as high as $10,000 this year. So do you wish you would have bought it when it was 2 cents? Go like this, you do. Because we'd all be on a boat somewhere right now doing this presentation. That would be the case. Okay, Bitqyck is a convergence of e-commerce, the blockchain, US-based Bitqyck cryptocurrency, and direct-to-consumer marketing. Don't take my word for it. I'm just a messenger. How many of you, we were talking about this a little bit earlier, have you ever heard the term, don't shoot the messenger?
Yes.
Okay, you know, I think it was in Egypt when somebody came with bad news, they used to chop their head off. The messenger, right? I'm sharing a message with you guys. What you do with this information is entirely up to you. Don't base your decision on who I am or what I say or what I do. But I would tend to think that every one of you knows some of these faces here. Everybody knows who Bill Gates is, right?
Yes.
Bill Gates says Bitcoin is better than currency in that you don't have to be physically in the same place, and in the future, financial transactions will eventually be digital, universal, and almost free. Mark Andreessen, he started the very first web browser called Netscape, and he says, blockchain technology will impact the world more than the internet has. We're talking about a whole new level of internet. Now, if you guys had invested in things like Facebook, YouTube, Google, Yahoo, Amazon, okay, you'd be happy campers right now, right?
Yes.
You would be. I'm telling you right now. So, here's a guy that started way back when, one of the first browsers ever. He's invested $50 million and has vowed to invest hundreds of millions of dollars more. Then we have Richard Branson. Everybody knows who Richard Branson is, right? Virgin. Okay? You can actually go into space if you want to take. I want to go to space. How many of you like to go to space? Am I going to 2, 3, 4? Then we're going together because it's getting very affordable. You know that, right? Yeah, I hope it's round trip. I hope it's not one of those things we're going to Mars with Elon Musk and we're going to just live on Mars forever. Not yet. I'm not ready for that one yet. But you can go into space. You can buy cars. You can buy homes. As a matter of fact, somebody bought a home with Bitcoin. Just recently, it was in the front pages. They bought a home with Bitcoin, and the buyer or the seller actually made $1 million profit on it because Bitcoin at the time was $750, and then it went up to $1,000.
Oh, wow.
Made $1 million profit. Okay. Richard Branson, we know who he is, a multi-billionaire, and we've got Blythe Masters here. Blythe Masters is a huge, huge name and face on Wall Street, and she's done amazing things in the industry. She's actually left J.P. Morgan, where she actually managed a $3.5 billion with a B, $3.5 billion. Can everybody hear me back there?
Yeah.
You get that? That's a B, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good. A $3.5 billion fund, and she left that to get involved with what, not our company specifically, but the same space, blockchain technology, cryptocurrency. Okay? Smart contracts, and we'll go into that at a later date. So that's a good room of people to be in. Would you agree with that? Okay. Now, if all 4 of them were in this room, and they were standing up here and they were telling you what I'm telling you, I mean, you know, you'd go, okay, where do I sign? I mean, what do I need to do? Right? I'm going to show you about a 3-minute video, maybe 2 minutes, something like that. There's 5 billion unbanked adults on the planet out of 7.2 billion people. I mean, I don't know about you, but how many of you guys feel that that's a travesty?
Yeah.
That's horrible, in my opinion. Because there are people out there that are smart, and they've got ideas, and they're geniuses in their own little community somewhere. And it's going to give us the opportunity to go out there and touch bases with those people and help them to grow their businesses and their ideas and expand their communities all around the globe. Listen to what Bill Gates has to say.
We know the Gates Foundation for its work on infectious diseases, child health, nutrition, agriculture, education, the list goes on. Why does Bill Gates care about finance?
Well, it's all about helping the poorest. And one thing they don't have access to is bank accounts. The fee structure, if you have small amounts of money, is just too high. And we got involved in some traditional microlending, but just didn't see how that could scale up and get inexpensive enough. So now we're involved in trying to make sure we get a very efficient digital payment structure set up for all the poorest in the world to get financial products that work for them.
What are you doing?
The idea is that typically through the cell phone, you should be able to send money to your relatives. You should be able to track the money that's coming in, set aside money to buy seeds the next year. And there are countries where this is beginning to take off. Kenya, Bangladesh, even Somalia, maybe the last country you'd suspect up in Somaliland. Almost half of the GDP is done digitally.
I don't need to tell you that the poor have been unbanked for as long as there have been banks. Why is this time different?
Well, it's really the digital revolution. The poorest have bought cows, stored gold, put currency under their mattress. But they are getting cell phones, and the cell phone capability of identifying who's using the cell phone, letting you look at your spending patterns, that's going to be common sense. People are going to have help and lots of innovative products competing on top of this digital currency platform.
So would you guys agree that that's a man who knows a thing or two about a thing or two? I mean, you know, that's all I need to see. Good night, I'm here every Saturday. I mean, that's really, how much better does it get than that? This guy's saying exactly what we're saying. That's Bill Gates.
Yeah.
$60 billion Bill Gates. Okay? That's telling you what's going to happen in the future. And you guys are in it's a nice room here today, by the way.
Yes.
Way to go. You guys are awesome. So, we got them spilled out into the hallway. I told you guys got to get a monitor out there so they can watch it. Hi, back there. So, you got Bill Gates that's talking about this, and I talked about this a little bit earlier, where if you had bought or purchased Bitcoin at 2 cents per coin, let's say that you invested $1,000 back then, and that was 50,000 Bitcoin portfolio, you'd watch it grow to $58,499,500. Let me hear what somebody would do with $58 million. Just anybody. No, seriously, let me hear something.
Be the queen of our own island.
There you go. All right, that's good enough for me. Yeah, help poor people. Okay, that's a lot of money, right? And what they did is they bought $1,000 worth of Bitcoin back in 2009, and that would be worth today probably even more. I think this slide is a little bit old because this Bitcoin has gone up just recently over the last couple of days and broke that that record of all time. Okay, $58,499,500. You guys know that there are different levels of happiness in life when it relates to money. Are you guys aware of that sliding scale that they do? Really, they say that people that make about $20,000 a year struggle. They have certain things that they have hardships, right? Then $50,000, it gets a little bit easier. $100,000, they get a little happier. $250,000, they get a little bit happier. The cutoff is $500,000 a year. You guys realize that? And they say no matter what you have after that, your happiness level doesn't go any higher. So that's when people start giving back, a lot of times. Now, some people do it from the very get-go, okay? I'm one of those people, I believe in giving back. Bruce, man, I got to tell you, and
Very generous.
if you guys want to know his character, I'm just going to say this real quick. Bruce lives down the hall from me. We moved into a place called the South Side of Lamar in Dallas. We have a huge loft. It's beautiful. We have a city view, and Bruce lives right down the hall from us. He and his girlfriend, Cindy. And we go out to dinner and lunch and breakfast and all that stuff all the time. Matter of fact, I did it a lot more when I was there, and my buttons started going like this. I was truly like a Texas guy all of a sudden. Sorry about Texas, y'all. But, and there I did a y'all, right? Oh, man. I got to get back to my California roots. So, at any rate, I started expanding in the wrong places. And, but I've seen Bruce. And every single time that we've walked down the street, and there's a lot of homeless people all over the country, all over the world, but every time we've ever walked down the street, anybody that asks him for money, he gives it to them. I've seen him give $100 bills to people. There was a girl that came up to us one day, and she was doing this, and her eyes were all bugged out of her head, and he said, honey, he goes, you are gacking right now. He said, you've got some issues you need to deal with. Here's some money. Take care of yourself. There was a veteran that he couldn't get to the VA hospital, and the veteran was lost, and he gave him $100. But I've never once. We're always turning around, and I give a lot myself, but not like what Bruce is. I'm telling you, I'm here to vouch for his character. Every time I turn around, Bruce is back there doing this. And for whatever reason, he doesn't have any money on him. He goes, Keith, you got some money for me? I need to give this guy some money. Like John Belushi, how many of you know who John Belushi was? He used to be on Saturday Night Live. He was classic for going like this when he went out with his friends. The guy was a multi-millionaire, right? Anyway, let's get back to this. So with our cryptocurrency, now we're talking about Bitqyck, because we are the next generation of cryptocurrency, and you're going to see why in just a minute. We're doing stuff, guys, here that no one on the planet has ever done before. You get that? You're going to in a minute. And who was I talking to earlier that said, where are you? There, yeah. Tell me your name again? Raleigh? Raleigh said he watched our presentation the other night twice. He stayed up till 6 o'clock in the morning. This morning. And remember how I said when you get this and your head wraps around, your heart wraps around it, you won't sleep tonight? Raleigh stayed up till 6 o'clock in the morning watching this. He goes, I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep. And the same thing when we were out. I tell people, when you understand what's in front of you, you will not sleep tonight. Your mind is going to race, okay? So our Bitqyck, with our cryptocurrency, in addition to its value, every Bitqyck contains 1/10 of a share of common stock in every coin. So if you have 10 coins, you have 1 share of common stock. We mined 10 billion coins, which means we have 1 billion shares of common stock. And it's at 2 cents right now. Think about that, okay? There are going to be multi-millionaires that walk out of this room today because of this. I don't know who it's going to be, because we're always surprised, aren't we? Oh, there's one in the back. Jen, okay, we got you down. A couple of other hands went up. You never know who it's going to be. You always think the people that come in, guns a-blazing, but it's always that one that's just quietly working, just picking up the phone and doing this and making some calls or showing up to the meetings consistently, right? They're the ones that become like, wow, and they just take off and they build these amazing groups and they build and develop relationships. I mean, really good stuff. So, this, guys, no one's ever done this. I'm going to leave this up here just for a second, because no one has, in the history of commerce, this has never been done. Now, if you want to create $1 billion idea, yes, Jen, if you want $1 billion idea or a multi-billion-dollar idea, you got to do something that somebody's never done before. You know, it's hard to build a better mousetrap, but we've gone on to exceed building a better mousetrap. So, we move forward. Bitqyck, introducing Bitqyck's marketplace. Let's talk about this. Move over, Groupon, great for business. Bitqyck Inc. is designed to disrupt the daily deals market by bringing both immediate value to the consumer and the business owner. Now, in the beginning of this presentation, what I did is I laid a foundation. I talked to you about Bitcoin, right? Because I wanted you to know where this all stemmed from, where it all started. I think that's really important to know the history of cryptocurrency. And there's 650 cryptocurrencies on the open market. Most of them don't do more than $5, $10 a day in volume. And they just get lost along the way. You're going to see this go through the roof. In the next couple of months, I'm telling you right now, a friend of mine, John Asraf, I don't know if anybody knows who he is, but I trained with John Asraf. And he was in the movie called The Secret. Anybody ever see that movie? Okay. He used to say, keep your eye on the target, because if you miss the target, it's never the target's fault. My wife told me a story one day where she was watching some Olympic runners, and this one woman was there was 2 women like neck and neck, right? And this one woman had her by, I don't know, just a body length. And they were running to the finish line, kind of round the back corner. And the lady went like this to look where the other one was. She turned over to her left, and the lady went around her right. Now, had she have stayed focused, and not worried about this, or who's behind her. Matter of fact, I have friends that say, you know, roll up your sleeves, put the blinders on, dig your heels in, and tear the rear view mirror off, and just go, okay? Just go. Because if you're looking around to see what other people are doing, it's so easy to get distracted these days, right? It's really, really easy. So stay focused on this. Look, stay focused on this for a couple of months, a couple of years. Your life will never be the same. What's going to happen to you is you'll create generational income that goes on from one generation to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. Okay? So, Groupon is a company. How many of you have ever used a Groupon? Good. Okay, so you're familiar with that. Groupon is a daily deals. We're going right after their jugular. I'm going to say it straight up. We are. We're going right for their throat. Because they're the only game in town right now. I mean, there was Living Social, and there's a couple others trying to compete. They actually bought Living Social. We have something so unique and so different with our coin that Groupon's going to go, what was that? You ever see something go, and you blink your eye and you go, what the heck just, you know?
I think MySpace did that.
Yeah, exactly.
And they're in outer space.
With Facebook,
yeah.
right?
Mhm.
Poor Justin Timberlake. Anyway. Okay, move over Groupon. We say it once again, great for consumers. You're going to see how the consumer wins, the business wins, the consumer wins, the affiliates, that's you guys, win as well. Buy our daily deal, receive your goods or services, and be rewarded with ownership, coins. Okay? You're getting rewarded with our cryptocurrency, which is Bitqyck. As a consumer, we're going to give you, we're going to reward you, we're going to allocate you a certain amount of Bitqyck every time you buy a daily deal. That means you have ownership in our company. Woo!
Yes.
When has that ever been done before? I don't know. I've been around the block a few times. This ain't my first rodeo. There I go again with the Texas thing, right? Okay, I'm going to give you an example here. This is kind of how it works. This is a real trending deal on Groupon right now. So I'm going to show you Groupon just for a second, okay? And then I'm going to show you an example of Bitqyck and how that works. So this is what we did. We pulled this off of LA. As you see right here, they had a meal for $100, and they're giving that for $69. So that amount was $69. They wanted to get customers in the front door, right? So they say, look, we'll give you 30% off. Okay? So that's their deal. They with Groupon, $69 was paid for the dinner. 50% goes to Groupon, which is $34.50, and 50% goes to Guido's. You guys get that so far? Okay, pretty easy to understand. One thing you got to understand about Groupon is they have what's called a net 60. It used to be net 90. Everybody understand that? That means that as Groupon collects the money for this deal, they don't pay Guido's for 60 to 90 days later.
Oh, wow.
For those of you who are business people, and my wife and I owned a gourmet bakery in North Hollywood for a while, cash is king, right? It lubes the engine. You've got to have that cash flow because that's your oxygen that keeps your business going, right? Bitqyck works better than Groupon. Why? Because we're going to give Guido's 70%. 70%, so 48.30 goes to Guido's and 20.70 goes to Bitqyck. That's 55% more at 2 cents. Listen, we have Kenny Lewis, and Kenneth Lewis out of Chicago. He's owned 43 restaurants. He's got the number 1 and 2 restaurants in the whole United States. He's won awards 2 years in a row for both those. Nobody's ever done that before. He says, in my wildest dreams, you probably saw this, right? In my wildest dreams, I could never imagine walking into another business owner or a restaurant and them telling me no. I can't imagine, especially with this. This is called, I'm going to offer you a deal you can't refuse. Slide all right? So, I grew up in Philly for a while, so I hung out with a lot of those guys growing up. Anyway, so what does Bitqyck do with the $20.70? You ask, right? You ask.
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
good. That's what I thought I heard that somewhere out there. $20.70 divided by 2 cents. Remember, we chose 2 cents as an arbitrary number. Why? Based on Bitcoin, the grandfather of all the coins, okay? Based on what they were able to do, based on what's happened with 650 other coins in the marketplace, based on what we're doing right now, where we are now, and where we're going and the experience that we bring to the table, and what we're doing with this. So we came out of the gate at 2 cents. So 2070 divided by 2 cents equals 1,035 Bitqyck. That gets split up with this deal here. With our model, that's going to get split up and it's going to pay 4 people. It's going to get rewarded to 4 people. I correct myself. Okay? So 1,035 divided by 4, so 4 people get allocated coin in this situation. 259 goes to Guido's. So Guido's is happy. But now they got 250, and wait do you see how this works out money-wise? You guys are going to freak out when you see this. 259 Bitqyck goes to Guido's. 259 goes to the business referring affiliate. That's the person that walks in the door and says, hey, listen, if I could help you increase your bottom line by 10% this week or this month, would you listen to what I have to say? It doesn't have to get any harder than that, guys. You don't have to have some long, drawn-out presentation. We're going to have videos for you to show. We're going to have the mobile app that you can just sign them up for free right there on the spot, okay? We're going to make it super, super, super easy for you guys to be successful here, okay? So the person who signs up Guido is going to get rewarded with 259 Bitqyck. The customer, what if there's Johnny's Deli right next door to Guido's, right? And Johnny's Deli is doing the Groupon, but Guido's is doing Bitqyck. Who are you going to go to? Let's say their food is about the same. Who would you go to? No-brainer, right? We wanted to make it so simple for you guys that it was a no-brainer. That they look at it and they can't say no to it. And 259 Bitqyck goes to the customer referring affiliate. So, anybody can refer customers to Guido's. Anybody in this room. You could be living in Bangkok, you could be living in Israel, you could be living in the Ukraine, you could be living in Nigeria. It doesn't matter where you're living, you can refer people to that deal. Okay? So, I'm going to give you a little bit of an illustration here. Bitqyck allocation illustration for 1,035 Bitqyck. Tom introduced it to Steve, and Steve went out and got the deal. He walked in and got the deal, or maybe he picked up the phone, or maybe he had somebody he liked, picked up the phone, somebody that works there, and he got the deal with Guido's. So Tom introduced Steve, who got the deal. They get 259 Bitqyck. Steve, because he signed up Guido's, got 259 Bitqyck. On the customer side of it, we got Mark at the top there. Mark introduced Lucy, and Lucy took the customer and sent the customer to Guido's. Now there can be a lot of Lucys. As a matter of fact, even Jenny can send customers over here. She becomes affiliate. She brings a friend. She goes, hey, I'm going over to Guido's for lunch. Anybody want anything? I got 30% off. They go, sure. She signs them up real quick. Boom, 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 boom. Gets 8, 10 people signed up like that. Guess what? She just walked. She just made money. Who's going to make the lunch run next time? I mean, no brainer, right? So there could be a lot of Lucy's sending business to Guido's. Is Steve going to be upset? No. He gets more Bitqyck. Is Guido's going to be upset? No. They get more customers and more Bitqyck and more money. None of these people in this situation here, in this model, are going to be upset. They're all going to win. Okay? That's a true win-win-win-win-win situation.
Wow.
Not just a win-win.
Yeah.
Win times 4. Okay? $69 Guido's restaurant currently is trending. Again, this is a trending deal on Groupon right now. In Los Angeles, they sold 3,500 of these deals in just a couple of month period. Okay? 3,500 times 259, 906,500 Bitqyck went to Guido's. The same went to the referring affiliate. The same went to the customer, and the same went to the referring affiliates.
Wow.
Now watch how this pans out. I'm not going to show you this yet. This is where it starts to get exciting. Okay, 906,000. Now, guys, this is just a little deal, and I'm going to explain that to you in just a second. 906,500 Bitqyck at 2 cents. That's an $18,130 value. To all these people,
Wow.
the value to all these people in the mix. If it came in at 5 cents, just went up 3 cents. If it just, listen, if it just went up 3 cents, that's $45,325 in value. We're gonna be on all the open exchanges. You'll be able to go out there and if you want to. But who's gonna listen? Remember this: that there's stock shares embedded in each one of the coins, right? Who's gonna want to give those away? I mean, some people will. I mean, you should see Bitcoin. Bitcoin's got this, this thing just spinning, right? All kinds of people are spending money, even at $1,200, right? Some people are going to spend it, some people are going to hold on to it. Some people do a little bit of both, right? I tell you what, I'm holding on to mine. I am. Okay? Let's just say it goes to 10 cents.
Oh,
Remember,
geez.
we're coming out of the gate at 2. We're only talking 8 cents. Okay? And I want you to remember what happened. I want you to remember what happened with Bitcoin, where for 3 years it was at 2 cents. And then in its 4th year, it went right up to about 1,200. Now, it did come back down a little bit because there were some things going on in the world and so forth and so on. And it went right back up to about $600, $700, $800, and it's just hovered around $600, $700 for a while. And now it's over $1,200 today. That's, I mean, guys, just think about these numbers for 1 second. Let this sink in. And this is the referring affiliate. Guido's the business that you brought in. Can anybody use more money in the room?
Yeah.
I can.
Absolutely.
I mean, hey, you know, you can do all kinds of wonderful things with money, right? They say money's not the most important thing, it's right up there next to oxygen, right? Purchasing customers, and goes to the referring affiliates as well. 10 cents will give you $90,650 in value.
Wow. It'll be $1.
What if it goes to, here, just run the numbers. $1.
It's almost a million.
Wait, not $120, not $1,200, but $1.
Almost a million.
Amazing.
I don't know how many of you actually realize what seat you're sitting in right now, but you're sitting in a very unique situation and with a very, very unique opportunity. Opportunities come, they say there's usually about 3 good ones in everybody's life. Like 3 really good ones, right? And I'll tell you a story before I get off of one of the ones that I missed out on. So, $90,650 in value. Let me take a sip of water, if you don't mind. You don't mind if I take a sip, do you? Okay. Gotta lube the engine there. All right. So, again, 10 cents, from 2 cents to 10 cents, $90,650. And that's just one deal, just one business. I challenge you to go on Groupon, just look at all their lists. We're going to blow Groupon right out of the water.
Yes.
I think so.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you right now. And that's just the start.
Yes.
I'm just scratching the surface right now.
Yeah.
You get that? Yeah? That's how you're going to laugh every time you go to the bank, right? Dragging your big wagon behind you. You know. By the way, anybody ever try to take a large amount of money out of their bank? No? Yes? No?
Yes.
Okay, I have a few times. It's hard, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
They pull me in the room one day and say, "What do you need this $20,000 for?" I look like a criminal. What do you mean? What do I need? It's mine. It's my money.
Yeah.
It's not your money. It's in our bank. It's not your money. They didn't tell me that. No, I'm telling you straight up. Hear me out. You guys need to understand this. You put your money in a bank, it's not your money. You don't own it.
Yeah, that's
I challenge you to go out there and try and take $5,000, $10,000, $20,000 out of a bank. A lot of times, they don't even hold that much money in a bank. Matter of fact, my wife and I were driving down the street the other day. You know what we saw? We saw a Brinks armored truck, right? And my wife went, "They ain't gonna be around long, are they?" Like the phone booth. Bye-bye. Same thing with armored trucks. Bye-bye. Okay, let's move forward. Affiliate commissions. We're going to break it down so you get about 25%. It gets paid out in commissions. $5.20 for each person who walks into Guido's, or the nail salon, or the hair salon, or the gym, or the sandwich shop, or the flight school, or wherever. For every person that walks in, $5.20 is going to be paid out in that situation, right? 25% in this situation. $1.60 goes to the referring business affiliate, person that walked in and got that deal, or called. 80 cents goes to the person who enrolled the person that got that deal. Follow that? Okay. They get a 50% match. For every person that goes in there. That, remember, 3,500 of those deals were sold. 80 cents goes to the referring customer affiliate. That's the people that send the affiliate, the customers into the deal. Could be anybody. 40 cents goes to the enroller, the person who enrolled that person, okay? And $1.60, and here's where we really need to start focusing on, right?
Yeah.
I want you to start looking at this right here. Because everybody in this room, you have till May 1st to take some action that will change your lives forever.
Yeah.
This right here. So this is where we're going to start focusing right here. $1.60 goes in for every deal. Every one of those deals, okay? Every person that walks in. 80% gets paid in cash and 20% gets paid to you in Bitqyck, okay? On top of what we already talked about. Okay, so affiliate commission, 80 cents, 160. Guido's gets 0 because they already earned their $48.70 plus their Bitqyck. The customer, we've got Lucy made 80 cents on every person that walked in, and the customer didn't get anything unless she became an affiliate. Then she could share like what Lucy did, right? $1.60 goes to the global sales incentive pool. And we're going to break the whole thing down for you right now. Tom, who referred Steve, who got Guido's, made 80 cents per person that walked into Guido's, and he didn't get any Bitqyck. Tom, on the other hand, got $1.60 for every person that walked into Guido's. Use that deal. Plus 259 Bitqyck. And you saw how that 259 panned out?
Yeah.
Crazy, isn't it?
Wow.
I mean, crazy. Guido's got $48.30 daily deal, 259 in Bitqyck, plus they got new customers. This guys, I don't know whether you realize this or not, but this model is genius.
Yeah.
We're going to go after some of the biggest companies on the planet right now. Because we're doing something on what's called the blockchain, and we are 1.5 miles ahead of everybody in this race. Because everybody's doing it the old-fashioned way. Everybody's doing these the old-fashioned way. And the guys that are doing it the new way are the people that you saw in that picture earlier. Remember Bill Gates and Richard Branson and Blythe Masters? Okay? Let's break it down a little bit more. Mark gets 40 cents for every customer they send. Lucy gets 80 cents plus 259 Bitqyck for every customer that goes to Guido's. And Jenny, she gets her daily deal. She gets her back massage, or she gets, she gets to jump out of a plane, a perfectly good plane with a parachute on her back. I can't wait to do that. My wife, it scares her to death. And 259 Bitqyck. Okay? $1.60 for every person that walks into Guido's, goes into that pool. Here's what we're going to talk about right now. Pay attention to this. This is where I really need you to focus. $1.60. The total paid, Steve at $3,500. Had he had done that deal, would have made $5,600. To referring business. Tom would have made $2,800. Lucy would have made $2,800. This is just one business, guys. I mean, can you imagine having 10 of these? Mark would have made $1,400, and $5,600 would go to the global sales incentive pool. If every one of us went out and got one deal and just did this, there'd be a lot of money in that global pool, right? Just today.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I want to share with you. We looked on Groupon. I saw a deal for a painting class. Okay, it was $100 and or $99, and they were doing it for $49. Okay, they were doing it for $49. They sold at $49 100,000 plus deals.
Wow.
Crazy.
That's just one business.
Wow.
That's one business. I don't know about you. I'd be writing names, and right now I'd be like going, okay, I know that person there where they cut my hair. This one does my nails. This one over here does, just start making your list, guys.
Yeah.
Start making your list. Affiliates, you can take part in the seismic shift in e-commerce and the greatest affiliate opportunity in history. We are bringing in a couple of new things that I'm not going to get heavily into right now. Just know that we have something called Quick Deals. It's going to compete with Just Eat, Uber Eats, and Grubhub. And again, we're going to knock them out of the water.
Wow.
And by the way, Uber, $66 billion company. But they don't offer you stock in their company. They don't offer the customers stock or coins or anything like that. Everybody we touch, everybody gets in their hands in a part of this deal, gets shares of common stock. You get that? Everybody that has a part in this program gets a part of that. $66 billion in only a few years.
Wow.
We're going right at them. Grubhub, Just Eat. So we came up with Quick Deals, Quick Eats, and Quick Eats down here as well. They deliver, we deliver. And again, this is future. It's being worked on right now as we speak. I think we already have a whole lot that we've filled you up with. Okay? We have something called the Early Adapters or the First Mover Program. In addition to your earnings through the daily deals, you have until May 1st to hit a certain rank. It's called the Platinum. I'm not going to get heavily into the compensation plan. All you need to know is you need to do $10,000 in group volume by May 1st, okay, with some packages that we have available. Okay? And that's easy to do. It really is. When people get this, you put them in front of Savan, you put them in front of Tisa, put them in front of Ronnie, Jin, put them in front of any of these people, right? So here are the packages. We talked about this earlier. $1,000 gets you $1,334 in Bitqyck coins, so you're getting a 30% bonus. Plus, we already have 2 apps. This one right here, Employ Me.
Oh.
There's 15 Winks. It's been out for about a year. Okay, they came up against the roadblock because they were going to promote this. It's a dating app. Okay, it's a 15-second video, and the camera's built in, so you can't manipulate. You know how people. I don't know if you ever dated any of you online. Have any of you ever dated online? Okay. I was single one time a long time ago, before my wife. Mona, before you, sweetheart. They didn't have one. Back in the cave days, they didn't have online. No. But my buddy says, hey, I got this phone thing where you can leave a voice message. And I was, I'd just broken up with a girl, and my heart was broken. And I tried, and man, oh man, do people lie about how they look and how they are and who they are. I mean, and they still do it today. You can manipulate with Photoshop and all kinds of fancy, software. You can make yourself look any way you want, right? Not with this app. Okay? It's going to be really you in that app. Okay? So they got held up just a little bit because they were going to promote it through Facebook, and Facebook said, we're not going to be doing any more dating apps right now. So they put it on the shelf. Then they came, and guys, I'm telling you, the guys at the head of this company, Sam and Bruce, are brilliant. Their minds are just working overtime all the time. Employ Me, check this out. Everybody heard of LinkedIn? Okay.
Yes.
So, who knows what a millennial is? Everybody knows what, most people? Okay, for those of you who don't know, what millennials are, they're age 18 to 34. Okay, those are millennials. And we have a hard time capturing that group of people because their attention span is like that. Right, Anthony? By the way, everybody, Anthony's going in the Army. I want you guys to give him a big hand. Way to go, brother. He's gonna travel the world, and he's gonna tell everybody about Bitqyck, right? Okay, so with this package right here, the $1,000 package, you not only get a 30% bonus, but you also get to share in rev shares of this. Now let me finish telling you about Employ Me. LinkedIn cannot capture that millennial crowd, and they've done everything they possibly could. You have a LinkedIn account, by the way? See? Thank you. I was sweating. I was throwing it out there. Wondering, okay. No. So here's what happens. They took 120 millennials, and they said, send us your resume and give us your LinkedIn profile. Yeah, huh? Exactly. I like her laugh. Okay? So all of them came up with resumes, right? Guess how many of them had LinkedIn profiles? Anybody want to guess?
0.
Who said 0? Yeah, 0. You cheated. You watched the video twice. 0 had LinkedIn profiles. LinkedIn is multi-billions of dollars, right? You get that? The person that helped build this PowerPoint and this app with us has worked with Bill Gates. He's worked with Sony. He's worked with some of the biggest companies, Richard Branson, some of the biggest companies on the planet. He said, when you guys get this a little closer, he goes, I'm telling you, my belief is that you could sell it for $1 billion.
Wow.
My belief is that you could sell, and this is a guy that knows, because he's worked with all these people, because what it's going to do is it's going to capture people that want to go out and get a job. They have a 15-second video, and you can actually buy more, space for videos. You can pay a little extra, but it's going to cut about 3 or 4 people out of the hiring process. We're going to go to every college campus in the United States and then around the world. You think they're going to tell us no? They're not. Okay? This is going to go crazy. Now, when you come in with the $1,000 package, you get rev shares from both those apps. Okay? You get rev shares from both those apps. So as we grow these two businesses on the side, you get rev shares on those, and when they sell, the entire company profits. If you've got a lot of Bitqyck, you're going to profit bigger. Okay, think about 2 cents. 2 cents right now. Not going to be there forever. $4.99 gives you $600 worth of Bitqyck coins, $3.49 $400 worth of Bitqyck coins, and $1.99 gives you $200 worth of Bitqyck coins, and part of that goes into the commission structure as well. You get a retail commission bonus, 10% of personally enrolled people. If somebody brought somebody in for $1,000, they get paid $100.